Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me. Today's project is a small 6x6 slender box that I'm calling this, and this is because of my 6x6 paper share. You can find details all over on my blog. It's 132 sheets for £31 in the UK, and £35 if you're in the 4 other European markets that Stampin' Up! Provides. I'm only working in those 5 countries, but these projects are deliberately using only 6x6 papers, and this one, or both of these, are from our flashback, I couldn't think what it was called, flashback designer series paper. I have got 2 because one of them is metric and one is imperial. I can't remember which is which, but if you're working in metric, you need to cut your piece of paper down to 15 by 15 centimetres, so you're taking off a whisper of a hint of a strip on the edge. If you're working in imperial, you need to cut off 3/8 of an inch to make it 5 5/8 by 5 5/8, and there is a good reason, and that's so we're not working in 16ths of inches and metrics and what have you. And so I'm working today for this one in metric. So mine has been cut down to 15 by 15, but as I said, there is just a tiny whisper of a hint of difference. There's not very much, so that's the reason I've got 2 there to show you. But your piece of paper, right, as I said before, 15 by 15 or 5 5/8 by 5 5/8. The first scoring comes at 3 centimetres, then at 6, then at 9, and then at 12. And if you're working in imperial, it's 1 1/8, 2 1/4, 3 3/8, and 4 1/2. And like I say, I did trim it down very deliberately so it wasn't complicated. And then you turn it round again, and this time you score it at 3 inches. You don't at all, you score it at 3 centimetres, and at 12 centimetres, which is 1 1/8 and 4 1/2 centimetres. So this paper, now the reason I've done this is because this was the flashback paper, but I decided to make it look Christmassy, because I thought it did, and that was sort of manly. And this is Christmas paper called All Is Calm, but I'm not doing a Christmas one at all, because I didn't want to. And I love the pattern. It doesn't have to be multicoloured snowflakes, because I've never seen multicoloured snowflakes or blobs, but I thought it was really kind of sweet. So I'm going to make a happy birthday box this time. Is it a birthday box? No, it's not. It's a love you box. So keep folding your score lines, and I'm going to show you how to sponge up as well, because I love to sponge the edges of boxes. I think it makes them look rather lovely. Okay, so the places to cut. Now, if you have it this way round and you've got all your score lines going that way, you only cut the 2 in the middle. Only cut those 2, and then come round and do the same on the opposite side. But we still need to cut some places, so we're going to come round this way and cut down the length, and the same on the opposite side. And there is a good reason for that, and that is because, oh, I need to notch out as well. Just notch your edges a little bit. And that is because one of these has got to fold in there, and if I did the other one and folded that in over the top, you would have 3 layers of paper there, which would be too thick and too bulky and just not nice. Okay, right, because it's paper to paper, we can use Snell without any issue, but you could use Fuse, you could use Sticky Strip, but basically we're going into every other one of these little sort of squares, including the bit I notched out. So that's going to fold to the front, and so is that one. This one in the middle, doesn't matter which way round you go, whether it's front to back or what have you, whether you form the bottom of the box or the top of the box first. And then this one also going to fold round, as is this one. So the box is still going to close quite happily without any issue. I've just cut it so that it's going slightly differently. Okay, so there's Lost Lagoon is one of the colours in here, one of the new in colours. Got my sponge ready prepped up, and I'm often asked how I cut these. It's a round sponge, cut it into 6 pieces, and then it's an extra large oval punch out of the matching coloured cardstock, and I've just scribbled on it, and that's your sponge. with a little handy doodah so that you don't get inky fingers. So you're just brushing round all the surfaces that you can see, or all the edges that you can see. Nothing scientific, but it just makes it look rather nice. So a little bit of stamping, and this time I've got the Something to Say stamp set, and I've got the Love You Always, and actually they do come in pairs, so it's Big Ways, Small Ways, Love You Always, and you've got Courage, you've got Strength, you've got Me. So it is 2 stamps, but I'm only taking this one because I didn't want another one. So stamp it, and then I've got my 1 1/1/4 scallop circle. I probably just got that. Oh no, I haven't, just about on. And then another one in the Whisper White, and this is my 1 3/8 of an inch circle. And I'm just going to sponge up the edges of these because, well, it's a whole sponge edged thing going on. And this one as well. Okay, dimensionals on the back of these. And then I'm going to put some ribbon on, and this is the new Lost Lagoon ribbon. This is Silky Taffeta, and it is lovely, and it's got a sort of a ruffled, well, it's a pretty finish on the end. And I'm going to tie, this is from the seasonal catalogue, and it is lovely. It really feels very nice. And yeah, I think it's going to give you a pretty finish. If I could tie a bow, it would give you a very pretty finish. I can't tie a bow though, or a knot. And then slide that up a little bit, and then I can pop this on as well. And that is my lovely little 6x6 Slender Box, and I think it's very pretty, and I hope you do too. Anyway, if you want to know details about how to join the 6x6 paper share, go over to my blog, pootles.co.uk, and you can also find the dimensions and all of the measurements for this project as well. Take care, bye.